This is the March 11th crypto rundown and the final thoughts on our experiment with derivatives and how I fared. Ultimately, I purchased that futures contract, a single futures contract, for $73. I sold it for about $80. That still managed to get me a profit of almost 100%. 76 in, $73 in plus another 73 in profit. Yeah, right there. Um, that was only at $80. The price of a barrel of oil went up to $120. So was there a little fear of missing out? Not on my part, because again, this was just an experiment to see what could happen. And what happened was I doubled my money, but I could have tripled it. Yeah, fear of missing out is a real thing. But if you really want to get into nuts and bolts of it, people are doing these kind of moves with far greater amounts of money and doing it more often. So this is the kind of thing that if you have money, you make more money. And there's no other way to put it. And I don't think that if the average investor, if the average person knew how easy this was, uh, would we be in the situation fiscally that we are in our community? I don't think so. I think we're far too resilient to let these kind of opportunities go by if we have knowledge of them. And that's what's happened here. Now, going forward, once that sale was made, Coinbase has a couple of other things because it deposits that money into a derivatives account. You cannot readily withdraw that. You have to take one step that takes probably 24 hours for it to settle. That was one step. After the sale was actually gone through, it went through as a market sale. Then it was like 3 or 4 days for the funds that I moved from that uh, derivatives account into my primary account. It took some time. So you're not going to become instantly rich off of these profits. Got to make sure you're taking that into consideration. Now, once you do and you have full funds in your primary account, you can just dump it back off to however you put it on there. In my case, it was PayPal. You can put it back onto your PayPal card. You can put it back into your linked bank account. And that is just that. And that's what I just did. And what we're going to do now is try to figure out what's the next investment. This is how these things grow. So I just grew an investment. Now I got a larger sum to invest. What is going to be that next investment? Tune in, stick with us, and try to figure that out. Let's learn together. If you got any comments, questions about what we are doing here, leave them in the section below and let's talk about it.